So after playing the Borderlands series and Cyberpunk, I want to platinum another open world game. So after some thinking, I chose Far Cry 3 was first released in 2012 and has been stated to be the best Far Cry game in the series. As a guy who's pretty much played every modern day Far Cry game, I feel like it was only right to tackle the main installment I haven't played yet. The first part of the platinum was to play through the main story. I know, crazy, right? It's not like every single platinum I play has this step. The game starts off with a montage of some friends partying and having fun on an island, so they all kidnapped by some pirates. Introducing Vaas, one of the best villains in gaming history, even though he's literally only on screen for 8 minutes in total. But man, does he make an impression quickly.
Hey, I'm gonna chill, I'm gonna relax, because you, Wah, and your tough guy brother, we're gonna have a lot of fun together while we wait for the money. You two pieces of fox are more entertaining than your friends. Ta-ta. Bye-bye.
For the first trophy, we had to escape Vaas's compound with our brother Grant. All I did was follow his every move like a little kid until Vaas one pumps him right in front of me. To add insult to injury, they show really how sick Vaas is. He makes us run through the jungle while being shot at. Then, as the trophy states, we get jumped and get our first blood. Once we awake, after falling into some water, we are welcomed by Dennis. Now, in order to get the second trophy, I need to complete the tutorial. The tutorial consisted of us climbing a radio tower, acquiring some plants, and then with my new pal Dennis, taking over an outpost. Now, speaking of these outposts, there are 34 of these I need to liberate for a trophy later on, but we'll get to that later. We then journeyed over to the island doctor since he can help us find our friends. He needs us to grab some cave mushrooms to cure one of our 5 friends, which he just randomly has, who we will try to save for this entire game. In the cave, we go on a massive trip until it finally wears off, and we grab the mushroom needed for the antidote. Before progressing into the next story mission, I earned 2 trophies. The first was Inked Up, and it was for unlocking 5 skill upgrades. And the second one was Road Trip. And this trophy needed me to complete a supply drop quest, which I just randomly did. At the next story mission, I needed to raid this boat and listen on the radio in order to find my friends. While doing this mission, I got another trophy for killing an enemy with a zipline takedown. Listening in on the radio, we learned that Vaas is going to sell off our friends for some ransom money. So after hearing all of this, I went to go find them. This information leads me to a dark cave where they are torturing my friends. But before I can explore more, Vaas kidnaps me and makes me reunite with my friends over a nice bonfire. This scene alone also shows why Vaas is an amazing villain.
You see, the thing about our loved ones, right? Our fucking loved ones! They come and they blindside you every fucking time. So they say to me, they say, Vaas, who the fuck is it going to be? Them or me? Me or them? It's truly beautiful. But you're willing to die for the one you love.
Since Vaas set the entire building on fire, we only have 3 minutes to go rescue Lisa and try to escape. After I save Lisa, we make our way towards the exit. We then steal a car and drive away in style. Now after saving Lisa, I take her back to Dr. Earnhardt's to reunite her with Daisy. Before I can leave, I do some manual labor.
That's what I'm saying.
The next trophy I got was for liberating an outpost without being detected, even though I literally just gunned everyone down. I don't know how this game works. Meeting back up with Dennis, he gets us in and a way to get help from one of our local tribes to help take down Vaas. Their leader, Citra, was definitely all up on me, if you know what I'm saying. She then slides us some slurp juice and sends us on another trip. During this trip, our next task is presented to us: to obtain this knife and bring it back to Citra for her to help us defeat Vaas. Now, before heading into more story beats, I got 4 trophies. I started off by getting Rebel with a Cause. It just needed me to liberate 3 outposts, and since I already did 2, I only had 1 left. The next trophy, Full Bars, involved the radio towers across the map. All I needed to do was turn on 9 out of the 18 towers, but I literally had to do every single one because I wanted to see my map. Third trophy was for hunting and killing a predator. After turning on a radio tower, I stumbled into a grizzly bear and got the last 2 trophies. Okay, now remember that guy wearing that bright ass yellow shirt when we both got kidnapped? Well, his name is Oliver and he is one of our friends, and it's now time to get him back. After getting a sniper and going absolutely crazy, I hopped in his boat and began the escape. After throwing a lot of boats and helicopters, I take Oliver back to Lisa and Daisy, pop a trophy. Now with 3 out of 5 of our friends rescued, I began looking for the 4th and Keith. In order to save Keith, I had to go and meet a guy named Buck.
Well, it's not my birthday. She must be Christmas.
Buck is actually the one who bought Keith. In order to get him back from Buck, Buck wants me to get, guess what? The knife I'm looking for. So Buck sends us on a scavenger hunt that leads us to his boat in order to get the location of the knife. After defeating a ton of enemies, I made it to the computer to get to the location. I think I accidentally clicked the wrong link and blew up the entire boat. As swimming out of the exploding boat, we were somehow rescued by Buck. After doing some more Uncharted shit for Buck, we found every compass piece and obtained the knife. Meeting back up with Buck and giving him the knife, he shows us where Keith is, and this whole time he was just in Buck's basement. But as we were trying to get Keith out, an unexpected plot twist happened. Buck doesn't let us leave.
Could leave with you, but you're not going anywhere.
With Buck dead, I return Keith back to the others and pop a trophy. Before I can leave and go find Riley, Keith sets me aside and tells us this.
Riley's dead. I'm sorry. He tried to escape and they shot him.
With Riley being dead, our main mission now switches to killing Vaas instead. Meeting back up with Citra, we hand her the knife, but before she will give me the child's power, I have to do a job for her. Like, am I just everyone's bitch in this game?
Yes.
The job literally just needed me to ambush this convoy and destroy it. But as I chased down the last vehicle and opened it, I got kidnapped by Vaas again. Waking up, we hear Vaas talking about the definition of insanity in one of the best cutscenes in gaming.
I'm sorry. I don't like the way you are looking at me. Okay? You have a fucking problem in your head. Do you think I'm bullshitting you? Do you think I'm lying? Fuck you! Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?
Oh, Jesus. No.
Oh, fuck you!
Getting thrown into the water and becoming David Blaine, I easily got out of the rope and began sneaking past all of Vaas's guards, because I don't have time to fight them all. After sneaking past them, I make it into the helicopter to escape, but of course, I get shot down and Vaas comes to finish me off. After somehow surviving the gunshot, I had a trophy. Right after this, I open up the craft menu and craft 5 equipment upgrades for a trophy. Returning back to Citra, she made me drink some more slurp juice, and with doing so, I had to fight some big ink monster. After I defeated the monster, I gained the tribe's power and went on to fight Vaas. Making it to Vaas's island, we had to fight through all of his guards to even find him. After fighting through all of his men, I make it into this room and of course it just jumps me, leading to the Vaas boss fight while we are both tripping on something. I generally don't think Vaas is even trying, and I easily dropped him and rolled credits. Silly me for thinking that killing Vaas would end the game, but nope, Jason was still bloodthirsty and wanted to sacrifice an absolute baddie to kill Hoyt. Generational fumble. So meeting up with our secret agent friend who helped us actually find our friends, he helped drop me off at Hoyt's island. To the island, we meet up with Sam and he helps us become a privateer to sneak in and kill Hoyt. After sneaking past a lot of guards, I knock out a recruit in Stowe's uniform. But hold up, why does this checking guard look like Frank Woods? Am I tripping? So in order to kill Hoyt, I had to gain his trust, and by doing so, I killed 3 of his top men, disarmed some bombs set up by Vaas's desperate men, and then finally blowing up an entire bridge to a piece of paper. When I did blow up the bridge, I got to love the boom trophy. With the roll sheet in hand, we were finally able to meet Hoyt in person. In order to gain his full trust, we need to do an interrogation first. You know, not too hard, interrogations are easy. Unless it's, Riley?
Stand up now and face the sun.
Our little brother Riley somehow survived being shot, unlike Grant. And now we have to interrogate him, with Hoyt watching. With not being able to break character, I have to beat him up, which Jason has 100% done before in the past since they are brothers. With the torturing over, Hoyt invites me to the family poker night and gives me a trophy. Before we attend family poker night, me and Sam come up with a great idea to do some trolling. I love all at Hoyt's fuel depots for a prank. And after pulling that prank, we now attend poker night to have a blast. And not even 5 minutes of poker night, Hoyt just straight up stabbed Sam. I guess he didn't like the prank, so I didn't take that lightly. And I challenged him to This fight was insanely easy, and I easily killed him for the trophy. But yet again, the story isn't over. We still had to save Riley, since Hoyt sold him to some man in Yemen. After After saving Riley, we hop in a chopper and fly away. This chopper part was so cool, but might be the hardest section in the entire game. After flying away, we head back to our friends. And as we arrive, the doctor's house is up in flames, and we caught the doctor lying injured, and he tells us this.
I couldn't halt the jungle warriors. I'm sorry. They carried your friends to the temple.
So, now I'm seeing red, but I head over to Citra's temple to confront her. Before we can talk, she sends me on another trip. Once the trip was over, we were offered a choice. Save our friends. The same friends I have saved the entire game, and the friends that came to the island with me. Or, I can kill them, and join Citra, and render this entire game useless. I mean, it was a no-brainer. I saved my friends, and right after that, Mr. Crackshot Dennis himself pulls out a knife to stab me. But, he stabbed Citra instead, leading to this line and the trophy. With the story complete, I still had 21 trophies left to get. I started off by paying $5,000 at a shop. And of course, I wasn't recording for this, silly old me, but I still have the pop recorded in 480p. The next trophy I got was In Cold Blood, and it was for completing a wanted quest, which are basically just hitman missions. The next two trophies related to certain weapons. The first was to kill an enemy with a repair tool, and with how strong these enemies are, this wasn't easy. The second one was for killing an enemy with a bow from 70 meters out. So after some enemies set off the alarm and I was being shot at, I just let it rip. I then had tagged 25 enemies with a camera for the trophy Island Paparazzi. Low-key, I think Jason addicted to syringes because for the next trophy, I needed to craft 25 of them. While doing all these trophies, I was also liberating the outpost, and while doing that, I was also using the flamethrower to get 50 kills with it for a trophy. After grinding the last outpost, which took me hours, I got the Island Liberator trophy. The Poacher trophy and bagged and tagged trophies could be bundled together and required me to complete a rare hunting quest. I became Steve Irwin for a second, rest in peace legend, and wrestled an albino alligator till I finally killed it. Now, of course, there are collectibles in this game, but I don't even need to collect them all, so Ubisoft in that. The first was the memory cards. There are about 20 of them, so it's super easy to get. Next were these lost letters. There are also only 20 of these, but they required more hiking to get. The last collectible was relics. There are about 120 in the game, but I only needed 60 for the trophy. While going for these relics, I swam down the Mariana Trench and got a random trophy for it. After hours of grinding and grinding, I got my last relic for the trophy. Also, due to collecting 30 relics, I unlocked a special type of drug, so with needing some time to kill, I crafted a special syringe for a trophy. With some money, I went back to the shop and bought every attachment and camo for my trusty AR. The next trophy, Free Fall, needed me to fall 100 meters and live. I don't know why it's a trophy, but it's easy, so why not? I first tried hang gliding and dropping in the ocean, but for some reason it didn't work. Now try telling me in the comments that this isn't over 100 meters. Like, I'm not tripping, right? So instead I went to a cliff diving spot from earlier in the game and dived in there instead. With needing to break from all the violence, I decided to play some poker! I swear it's my 5th platinum in a row where I have to gamble. It sucks so much.
Stop the cap.
All I needed to do was earn $1,500 in poker, but man, this trophy took an ungodly amount of time to get. The first of 3 final trophies was for distracting 25 enemies with rocks, and seriously, this trophy. I swear to God, I threw like 50 rocks at these enemies, and it never popped. So I had to reset the outpost and do 5 more enemies until it popped. Second to last trophy was for getting every skill in the game, and I've been holding my skill point for this moment since I couldn't even get this trophy until I killed a bull shark. Once I killed the shark, I unlocked my last skill and the trophy. The last trophy needed me to find a lost Hollywood star, so after swimming across the entire ocean, I made it to the location and popped the trophy and the platinum. And that is Far Cry 3's Platinum Trophy, and by far the second best Far Cry game by High Five. Yes, I actually mean that. And yes, Vaas is a damn good villain, even though he has no screen time. If you enjoyed this video, consider dropping a like, commenting, and subscribing. It would mean the world to me. We're on the road to 100 subs, and that's pretty much it. Later.